The photos exist, the mainstream media refuses to show them, but I have them, and what they reveal will destroy everything you thought you knew about the royal family, Hollywood's elite, and the largest conspiracy in modern history.
I met through his girlfriend back in 1999, and I'd known her since she was at university in the UK. And it would be, we were friends because of other people. And I had a lot of opportunity to go to the United States, but I didn't have much time with him. I suppose I saw him once or twice a year, perhaps maybe maximum of 3 times a year. And
here's Prince Andrew, lying through his teeth on national television, claiming he barely knew Jeffrey Epstein.
Do I regret the fact that he has quite obviously conducted himself in a manner unbecoming? Yes.
Ex-trafficker, not a predator, not a monster, an inconvenience. She's lying. That photograph has been photoshopped. I was at Pizza Express in Woking that night. And then he spirals, gives you a pizza excuse. Because guilty people overshare, guilty people panic, guilty people lie. But here's what the media won't tell you. There's a photo that makes all 3 of these statements irrelevant. A single photograph that proves Prince Andrew, Harvey Weinstein, and Jeffrey Epstein were not just connected, they were operating together at the same party, on the same night. And nobody's talking about it. This is that story. Welcome back. If you're new here, turn on notifications because we cover stories the mainstream media blacklists. Today, we're going deep into the Epstein files, but not how you've heard it before. We're not talking about headlines. We're talking about the photographs that prove a coordinated network of predators at the highest levels of society, and why every major news outlet has decided to pretend they don't exist. Let's start with the photograph that changed everything. In Prince Andrew's official residence, he hosted a birthday party for his young daughter. Think about that for a second. Your home, your family's celebration, your child's birthday. Now look at who showed up. There's Ghislaine Maxwell, Jeffrey Epstein's recruiter, his madam, the woman who kept girls in line while they were being trafficked. She's wearing a white outfit, composed, smiling. She knows exactly what she's doing there. Next to her, Jeffrey Epstein, the man orchestrating one of the largest sex trafficking operations in modern history. And he's brought a +1, Harvey Weinstein, Hollywood's casting couch kingpin, a man who used his power to assault, manipulate, and destroy women's careers for decades. He's in a tuxedo. He fits right in. This isn't a coincidence. This isn't 3 powerful men happening to show up at the same party. This photograph documents the moment when royalty, organized trafficking, and Hollywood predation merged under one roof. And you've never seen it on CNN, you've never seen it on network news, you've never seen it anywhere mainstream because the people who run those outlets are either complicit or terrified.
This photo has been out for a long time now. This is nothing new. But as you can see here, this is an image of Harvey Weinstein, the infamous Hollywood producer who, if you do not know somehow, was convicted of an uncountable number of up-and-coming stars in Hollywood, running a sort of casting couch situation in the back rooms of his Hollywood production studio, and Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell. As we can see here, this appears to be some sort of a costume party, and that's because it was a party. It wasn't a party just hosted by anyone, though. It was actually a party that was being hosted by Prince Andrew, another one of the most notorious figures in the Epstein saga.
Prince Andrew doesn't just know these men casually. He's hosting them at his daughter's birthday party, which means one of 2 things. Either he has no idea who they are, which would make him criminally negligent, or he knows exactly who they are and he doesn't care. The evidence says he knows exactly who they are. The BBC interview from 2019 is one of the most infamous moments in recent history. Prince Andrew sat down with Emily Maitlis and claimed, under no oath, by the way, that he barely knew Jeffrey Epstein, that their relationship was transactional, that he only stayed at his properties out of convenience. But photographs don't lie, emails don't lie, and the files prove that Prince Andrew has been lying to the world for decades. Here's the first photograph that should have ended his career. Prince Andrew is laying across the laps of 5 young women, 5 of them. He's stretched out like a sultan, luxuriating in their presence, his head tilted back, his expression satisfied, and standing above them, watching everything, Ghislaine Maxwell, the madam, the controller, the woman orchestrating this moment. This isn't a casual photo at a charity event. This is Prince Andrew, surrounded by young women at what appears to be a private Epstein property, with Maxwell supervising like she's managing inventory.
As you can see, this is Prince Andrew right here. This is undated. We don't know when this photograph is from, but he's laying across the laps of 5 young women. We don't know if these are victims or not. There's a 6th young woman up top right looking down at them. And then Ghislaine Maxwell staring at all of them because she's the madam.
Now look at the second photograph. Prince Andrew is barefoot. He's hovering over a young woman who's lying on her back on the floor. His body position is unmistakable. He's not helping her up. He's not assisting her. He's positioned over her like he's about to do something. And behind him, in the corner of the frame, another figure, watching, recording, documenting. This isn't accidental. This is staged. This is a power display. And when confronted about the most famous photograph of all, the one with Virginia Giuffre, Prince Andrew didn't deny it. He lied about it. Listen to what Prince Andrew said about the photograph where he's standing arm in arm with Virginia Giuffre, who was a teenager at the time. "That photograph has been photoshopped. I was at Pizza Express in Woking that night." He didn't just deny it. He gave you a detailed alibi. He brought up a pizza restaurant. He created a narrative. Because when you're actually caught with photographic evidence, you do what liars do. You overcomplicate. You provide unnecessary details. You panic. But here's the thing the mainstream media buried. Ghislaine Maxwell herself confirmed that photograph was real. When the Epstein files were released, investigators found a draft statement that Maxwell's lawyers were preparing. And in that statement, written by the woman who recruited Virginia Giuffre, Maxwell admits,
in 2001, which is when Virginia's accusation comes from, I was in London when blank, Virginia Giuffre, met a number of friends of mine, including Prince Andrew. A photograph was taken as I imagine she wanted to show it to friends and family.
Maxwell is admitting the photograph is real. She's admitting Virginia was there. She's admitting Prince Andrew was there. And yet, Prince Andrew's lawyers went on television and claimed it was doctored. That's not a mistake. That's a coordinated lie. In the BBC interview, Prince Andrew makes a very specific claim. He ended his relationship with Jeffrey Epstein in 2010. Specifically, he claims he went to Epstein's mansion in New York in 2010 to end the friendship in person because he's such a gentleman. The Epstein files contain 255 email results using Prince Andrew's signature, HRH, Duke of York. And do you know how many of those emails are from after 2010? Almost all of them.
So here's one sent to Epstein, I believe, or somebody, 2011. Season's greetings from the Duke of York to Epstein in 2012. Here's a message from 2011 sent to Epstein from the Duke, which is Andrew. Call me please in 2011. Here's another one from 2010, Christmas Eve 2010. Can you speak anytime from now until later today? That is Andrew asking Epstein to talk on the phone.
Christmas Eve 2010, after he claims to have ended the relationship. 2011, call me please. 2012, season's greetings. 2013, 2014, more emails, more contact, more evidence that Prince Andrew lied on national television.
Season's greetings from the Duke of York in 2012. I mean, there are tons of communications with Prince Andrew after that severing of the relationship in 2010 that are just crazy to me. I mean, it's so obvious that he lied. I mean,
every single one of these emails proves that Prince Andrew's interview was scripted, rehearsed, a performance designed to protect him. But the emails aren't the worst part. They're just the beginning. The Epstein files contain documents that should have triggered a national security investigation. Prince Andrew was sending confidential British government reports to Jeffrey Epstein. These aren't personal emails. These are official UK government documents related to Prince Andrew's role as trade envoy, Southeast Asia visit reports, classified briefings, information that, by law, should have been restricted to authorized government personnel.
Something that's become really controversial, and I think this is partially what has led to Prince Andrew being arrested, is a document like this one right here. You can see a guy, Amit Patel, sent it to the Duke, which is Prince Andrew, who then sent it to Jeffrey Epstein. And what these appear to be are reports from Prince Andrew's official duties as what I think he was the trade envoy. Or whatever they would call that. But yeah, you can see here Hong Kong, October 2010, Shenzhen, October 2010, Singapore, October 2010, Vietnam, October 2010, Southeast Asia visit reports.
Prince Andrew wasn't just friends with a sex trafficker. He was sharing state secrets with him. Think about why that matters. If Epstein had access to British government intelligence, who else did he share it with? Harvey Weinstein? Ghislaine Maxwell? Foreign governments? The mainstream media has completely ignored this angle, because if they pursued it, they'd have to ask questions about how deep this goes. They'd have to start naming names beyond Andrew. They'd have to confront the possibility that this wasn't just a few bad actors. It was a system. Now let's talk about Harvey Weinstein, because the mainstream media's version of Weinstein's story is incomplete. They talk about #MeToo. They talk about the casting couch. They talk about Hollywood, but they don't talk about Jeffrey Epstein. The Epstein files contain at least 4 separate survivor testimonies that directly implicate Harvey Weinstein in Epstein's trafficking operation. Not rumors, not anonymous tips, official FBI interviews with victims. In one interview, a survivor describes being in Paris with Epstein and Maxwell when Harvey Weinstein showed up. Epstein introduced her to Weinstein, and Weinstein grabbed her arm and told her to remove her shirt.
Blank recalled in Paris meeting Harvey Weinstein. Weinstein grabbed her arm and told her to go get Bonnie Lanou. Lanou, I don't know how to say that last name, I'm sorry. Or blank, and they will take their shirts off for him.
Weinstein didn't ask. He demanded, because he knew with absolute certainty that in Epstein's circle, women weren't people, they were inventory. In another interview, a survivor describes being told by Epstein to massage Weinstein at Epstein's Paris residence. When she refused to remove her shirt as Weinstein demanded, he became angry and asked for a different girl to be sent instead.
When blank went into the massage room, Weinstein directed blank to remove her shirt. Blank refused, and in response, Weinstein became angry and told blank to tell blank or Weinstein's assistant Bonnie to come instead. Blank left and told Epstein what happened.
Weinstein expected compliance because Epstein had trained these girls to comply. Epstein had conditioned them, and Weinstein knew the system. But there's more. In a third survivor interview, a girl describes being paid to massage a man at Epstein's Palm Beach residence. The man is described as chunky and bald. She wore Victoria's Secret lingerie. He offered her extra money to do more. She agreed. They had Steve X. She was never seen again. In a footnote to that testimony, investigators note,
Blank's attorneys informed us that they showed her a photograph of Harvey Weinstein, and she identified him as the chunky, bald man involved in this incident.
That girl was young enough that Epstein's operation paid for her to drop out of middle school. She was maybe 12, 13 years old. And Harvey Weinstein, one of the most powerful men in Hollywood, paid money to have sex with her while Epstein watched. But Weinstein and Epstein's relationship wasn't just about trafficking. It was business. In 2004, a New York Times article documents an investment group trying to purchase Radar magazine. The investors included Mort Zuckerman, Nelson Peltz, Donnie Deutsch, Jeffrey Epstein, and Harvey Weinstein.
The group has Nelson Peltz, a billionaire investor, Jeffrey Epstein, a money manager, Donnie Deutsch, chief executive of Deutsch Inc., and Harvey Weinstein, co-chairman of Miramax Films. Following the sale of New York Magazine, several media entities approached the group offering ideas for investment, said Matthew Hiltzik, a spokesman for Mr. Weinstein, who said that he was speaking for others in the group as well. Right now, we are just kicking tires, not buying anything.
Epstein and Weinstein were literally pooling money together to invest in media companies. Why does that matter? Because whoever controls media controls the narrative. Whoever controls media can silence accusers. Whoever controls media can bury photographs. Whoever controls media can make sure that a photograph of Harvey Weinstein, Jeffrey Epstein, and Ghislaine Maxwell at Prince Andrew's daughter's birthday party never trends on Twitter, never makes the evening news, never becomes a household image.
Jeffrey Epstein was not only supplying Harvey Weinstein with victims, Jeffrey Epstein was also in talks to do serious business with Harvey Weinstein. He was in this investment group, which I just find to be incredibly strange.
The files also contain hundreds of emails between Epstein and his publicist, Peggy Siegel, discussing Harvey Weinstein. Not casual mentions, strategic coordination. In one email, Siegel is asking Epstein if she should invite Weinstein to events. In another, she's relaying that Weinstein paid her $90,000 for a year, implying that Epstein needed to know Weinstein was keeping her on retainer.
Please tell Jeffrey that Harvey Weinstein paid me the $90,000 he owed me for a year, Peggy. And that's just weird to me. It just sticks out to me because why is this woman trying to get a message to Jeffrey Epstein that Harvey Weinstein paid her $90,000? It makes it sound like obviously that's important information to Epstein, and it makes it sound like Epstein's involved somehow in the finances of that payment, which is weird.
In another email from 2011, Weinstein is asking to split a private plane ride with Epstein.
Harvey Weinstein called Peggy Siegel asking if she might be flying to Europe tonight. He would love to split a ride or something.
These aren't the emails of acquaintances. These are the emails of partners, of collaborators, of men who know they can trust each other with their secrets. Here's the question that should keep you up at night. Why hasn't every major news outlet in America run with this story? Think about what we've documented: a photograph of royalty, a serial trafficker, and Hollywood's biggest predator at the same private event. Survivor testimony directly placing Harvey Weinstein in Epstein's trafficking network. Emails proving ongoing coordination between Epstein and Weinstein for decades. Government documents showing Prince Andrew leaked classified information to Epstein. An investment partnership between Epstein and Weinstein in media companies. Any one of these stories should dominate the news cycle for weeks. Together, they should trigger congressional investigations. They should lead to arrests. They should fundamentally alter how we understand power in America. Instead, they're buried in a database that most people don't know exists. They're referenced in podcasts and YouTube videos, but never on CNN, never on MSNBC, never on network news.
It all went away. I mean, obviously there were more important things to talk about. There were millions of people dying every single day, thousands, if not tens, hundreds of thousands in America at one point dying every day. I mean, truly horrific death and destruction everywhere across the planet. And the Epstein story went away, and so did this interview with Prince Andrew.
Why did it go away? Because the people running mainstream media answer to advertisers. Advertisers answer to corporations. Corporations answer to billionaires. And billionaires protect each other. Think about who owns the media companies in America. They're not small operations run by journalists. They're massive conglomerates owned by people who sit on boards with people like Mort Zuckerman, people who invest with people like Jeffrey Epstein. The media didn't fail to cover this story. The media was designed to bury it. Before we wrap up, I want to circle back to the photographs, because photographs are evidence. Photographs don't lie. Photographs can't be spun or contextualized or buried under more recent news cycles. There's a photograph of Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell sitting on thrones at the British royal residence, in the exact same position where the Queen sits.
Well, I mean, obviously he's got a lot to do with the British government. I mean, you could see, just typing in here, right here, I've talked about this in the past. This is an infamous picture. This is Epstein and Maxwell clearly at the Balmoral estate, which I said incorrectly before was in England, I think, but it's in Scotland, I've come to learn. But here's the Queen sitting in the exact place where Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell were sitting.
That photograph should be on the cover of every newspaper in the world. It's proof that Epstein didn't just have access to the royal family, he was integrated into them. He was so trusted, so protected, that he could sit on the throne. There's a photograph of Kevin Spacey and Ghislaine Maxwell sitting on the same thrones.
Oh yeah, there's Mette Marit of Norway. She was close with Epstein. Fuck, damn Norwegians, man. Yeah, I remember we talked about this in a video, actually. There was a girl in one of the files who talks about being able to sit on the throne. I don't know if you guys remember, we covered that in a video months ago. There's also, obviously, I mean, I don't know if you guys have seen this picture, but this is Kevin Spacey and Ghislaine Maxwell on one of the British royal thrones.
How many actors, how many politicians, how many billionaires sat on those thrones while knowing exactly who owned them? There's the photograph from Maria Farmer, a survivor and artist, that appears to depict Harvey Weinstein as a puppet being controlled by politicians and the ultra-wealthy.
This looks like Harvey Weinstein is being used as a sort of ventriloquist dummy, like a puppet. You got Free Palestine down there. And yeah, I mean, Hillary and Bill and a bunch of other people.
Survivors have been telling us the truth with their art, their testimonies, their courage. But the photographs, the physical evidence that can't be denied or contextualized, those photographs remain sequestered in a database that the mainstream media pretends doesn't exist. Let me be very clear about what we're looking at here. This isn't a conspiracy theory. This is a documented pattern. A pattern of trafficking, multiple survivors placing Harvey Weinstein directly in Epstein's trafficking network. Coordination. Emails proving Epstein and Weinstein were in constant contact, sharing publicists, coordinating logistics, business partnership, official investment groups combining Epstein and Weinstein's capital, royal integration, photographs proving Prince Andrew was hosting these men at family events, government access, classified British intelligence being shared with Epstein by Prince Andrew, media control, Epstein and Weinstein investing in media companies while the media refuses to cover their connection. This wasn't just a friendship, this was a network, a system, an operation, and it didn't end end when Epstein died in prison. It didn't end when Weinstein got convicted. Because the people at the top, the billionaires who funded it, the politicians who protected it, the media moguls who buried it, they're still operating.
I'm not giving up on this story, and neither should you, because one day we're going to see justice. One day it's going to happen.
You might be wondering, why does this matter to me? I'm not royalty. I'm not in Hollywood. I'm not connected to billionaires. Because this is about power. And power doesn't stay in one place. Power spreads. Power corrupts everything it touches. When the richest people on earth can traffic children with impunity, when Hollywood producers can assault women with protected access to the system, when royalty can leak government secrets and face no consequences, you're not living in a democracy. You're living in an oligarchy. The photographs aren't just evidence of crimes. They're evidence of a system that protects predators at the expense of victims. And the mainstream media's refusal to show these photographs, their active decision to bury this story, that's not incompetence. That's complicity. Here's what you can do. Share this video. Not because I said so, but because the information in here is factual and documented. Because the photographs exist. Because survivor testimonies matter. Look at the sources. The Epstein files are public. They're available. Anyone can access them. Don't take my word for it. Verify it yourself. Ask questions. When mainstream media avoids a story, ask why. When politicians refuse to comment, ask why. When celebrities stay silent, ask why. Remember the photographs. When you see Prince Andrew's name in the news, remember that he was hosting Harvey Weinstein and Jeffrey Epstein at his daughter's birthday party. When you see Harvey Weinstein's name, remember that he was a documented partner in Epstein's operation. When you see Ghislaine Maxwell's face, remember those photographs of her sitting on the Queen's throne.
Keep that tinfoil hat on. Always stay suspicious. Question everything.
The photographs exist. The documents exist. The survivor testimonies exist. The emails exist. The evidence is overwhelming and it's public. The only thing that doesn't exist is the mainstream media's willingness to show it to you. That's not because they don't have access to the files. It's not because they don't have skilled journalists. It's because the people who own those media companies benefit from your ignorance. But you're watching this video, which means you've already decided not to be ignorant. Which means you're already asking questions, which means you're already dangerous to the system that protects predators. Stay suspicious. Question everything. Share this, because the photographs are real, the victims are real, and the network that protected them, it's still real, and it's still operating. I'll see you next time.